Hi, dear cricket fans. Welcome to Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram here. Well, what I'm going to do today is that the Ashes squad has been announced for England. The 16-man squad for the Ashes series has been announced between England and Australia. Well, the England squad which has been announced, it says Andrew Strauss is the captain, Alistair Cook, Jonathan Trott, Kevin Peterson, Paul Collingwood, Ian Bell, Ian Morgan, Matt Pryor, Steve Davis, Stuart Broad, Tim Bresnan, Graham Swan, James Anderson, Stephen Finn, Chris Tremlett, and Monty Panesar. And also, dear cricket fans, subscribers, and friends, whoever are subscribing to my Cricket Happenings and whoever are becoming friends of Cricket Happenings, thank you very much for all your support. Thank you very much. Well, now looking at the Ashes squad here, I'm just going to do an analysis of the Ashes squad today, which has been selected, the England squad, which has been selected for the tour of Australia. The Ashes series, as this is the Ashes series, which is the most popular one as far as international cricket is concerned. And well, this is going to be a real Ashes series because England are definitely on a high, Australia definitely on their home ground. But I think we are going to have a tremendous series there in Australia. Well, as far as the Ashes squad is concerned, the only thing that I would like to talk about, basically, I'm just going to do a review of the particular team which has been selected for the Ashes series. Well, Andrew Strauss is going to lead the team as usual. Alistair Cook, well, he has been doing well, but probably he gets a very good opportunity here against in Australia to show his real colors there. Jonathan Trott, as he has been playing very, very well so far, the way he has been playing, he looks to be like, I can say right now that he has cemented his spot in the English team. But against Australia, I know it's a different ball game, but Jonathan Trott is a bundle of talent. Kevin Peterson, well, what to say about Kevin Peterson? One of the great batsmen there, and he has been in some of poor form. He would be going for South Africa, where he would be just practicing for his team there. But let me tell you, Kevin Peterson is a great, and Australia would definitely love to see the back of him as quickly as possible in Australia. And I thought Kevin Peterson would be, in my opinion, I have a feeling Kevin Peterson, if he gets into form, he would be quite a guy to handle because in Australia the bounces. There's good bounce on the pitch, and Kevin Peterson likes the ball coming out of the bat because he just goes with the flow of the stroke there. Paul Collingwood has not been in some very good form, but he's a very good test batsman. And I'm sure when it comes to the Ashes, when it comes to England versus Australia matches, well, Paul Collingwood would be on the top for sure. Ian Bell, one of the rocks of the English cricket team, and they would require him for sure as far as the Ashes Test Series is concerned in Australia because he has lots of experience and he is the man with the staying power. He is going to be there actually negotiating the likes of Mitchell Johnson and other bowlers like not Brett Lee. It would be the other bowlers who are there, Clint McKay and with the new bowlers, whoever are there, he would be actually negotiating them. As far as Matt Pryor, Ian Morgan. Now, Ian Morgan is in some very good form. He has been just getting a lot of centuries under his belt as far as one day international concerned. Yesterday against Pakistan, he scored a century, and he's one of those blokes who would be raring to go against Australia. Matt Pryor, the wicketkeeper, now his batting has really been flowering, and his skipping has also been good. But Steve Davis is a real selection there because Steve Davis is the one who has shown a lot of form, and I've been quite impressed by the way Steve Davis has batted. As far as Stuart Broad is concerned, well, selects himself Stuart Broad, James Anderson, and we have James Anderson, Stuart Broad. We have Stephen Finn. Now, Stephen Finn is a selection which is going to be very interesting because Stephen Finn is young, is very, very tall, and on Australian pitches, I'm very, very looking forward to see how Stephen Finn performs because there will be good bounce on the pitch, and a person who is having a lot of height, and if he's going to hit a good line, which he normally does, well, he would be quite a handful for the Australians. But yes, Australians are definitely used to the bounce. But Stephen Finn, I thought has been bowling well too. I saw him against Bangladesh. I saw him against the other team, Pakistan. I think Stephen Finn would be really, really a man to watch as far as the Australian Ashes Tour is concerned because with his height, he can generate a lot of bounce. Yes, there are two people who are actually made it back to the England squad. And one is Chris Tremlett, the tall, lanky pace bowler. He once played against India. I do remember that. But this time he playing for Surrey. He has done very well. He has taken 48 championship wickets at 20.18, and he's quite a good fast bowler. Let me tell you that. So he's in some good form. And Monty Panesar has made it back to the squad finally. So that is going to be add some a lot of variety because they have Graham Swan, they have Monty Panesar, and so that is going to be very interesting. But I'm a bit surprised that Michael Yardy is not there unless and until they're going to play one-day matches. So Michael Yardy, I can still understand. Maybe if there are one-day matches, well, Michael Yardy would be quite a handful. But well, so Monty Panesar will lend a lot of variety. And let me also tell you what Monty Panesar has done in the domestic circuit for England. He has made his place back into the side on the merits of his performances that he has done. I'm told he actually shifted allegiances to the other county. He went to Sussex, and that gave him an opportunity to show his wares. And he has come full circle as far as this particular county season in England is concerned. He has done his best there, and he has scalped a lot of wickets, and so that's the precise reason Monty Panesar finds a place. Now, the only thing one has to see is how is his fielding. If his fielding is also, I'm sure his fielding would have improved a lot because he would have definitely worked on that. I've seen him that he is a very, very hard worker, and his bowling, and also he can bat a bit. Let me tell you, he can just hold one end up if the time comes. He has done that in the past, and he could be quite handy in Australia too. And in Australia, Monty Panesar could also be quite a guy to handle because with the bounce there, Monty Panesar could pose a few problems for the Aussies. So that is as far as the Ashes squad is concerned. But all in all, it looks a good squad. The only notable absentees in this particular squad is Ajmal Shahzad has been missing. Now, Ajmal Shahzad, well, he was doing well. He had some good reverse swing. He took a lot of wickets, but unfortunately, he doesn't find a place. And also, let us see whether Tim Bresnan figures in this note. Yes, Tim Bresnan is definitely there because Tim Bresnan will add that much variety to the attack with his bowling. He also is a very good handy bat. I thought he could be developed into a very good test batsman with the way he actually plays. So I think all in all, it's a very good squad which has been selected. And also there has been a performance squad which has been selected by England, which consists of Jimmy Adams, Johnny Bairstow, Danny Briggs, Michael Carberry, Maurice Chambers, Jay Danebatch, Andrew Gale, James Hildreth, Craig Kisweeder, Adam Litt, Liam Plunkett, Ajmal Shahzad, Ben Stokes, James Taylor, James Treadwell, and Chris Woke. This is the performance squad, and central contracts have been given to Andrew Strauss, James Anderson, Ian Bell, Stuart Broad, Paul Collingwood, Alistair Cook, Stephen Finn, Kevin Peterson, Matt Pryor, Graham Swan, and Jonathan Trott. And incremental contracts have been awarded to Ravi Bopara, Tim Bresnan, Ian Morgan, Luke Wright, and Michael Yardy. Yes, definitely surprised that Ravi Bopara couldn't find a place because the competition has become very intense in England, and today Ravi Bopara is finding himself out of the squad. One does not know whether is it based on the performances, but well, Ravi Bopara does not find a place, unfortunately. So that's something that probably the selectors know better what they have done. But that is my preview of the Ashes squad, England Ashes squad selected for the Tour of Australia for England. The other news that I can actually give you right now is the other news that I am trying to get here, dear cricket fans, is the ODI chart, the one-day international chart, the ICC rankings. It seems Graham Swan has become third in the list now, and Umar Gul has gone 18 places above with his good bowling there. And well, what other news? Let me see what other news that I can cover, dear cricket fans. I'm just trying to scan the nook and scanning nook and cranny here just to see what else can I share some information with you with. Let me just look at it and see what I can share with you. So that was the England squad selected for the Ashes Test Series, and the first Test match actually starts between Australia and England at Brisbane on November the 25th, the Gabba as it's fondly called. And the tour kicks off with an Western Australia versus England 11, which would be played at the WACA ground in Perth on November the 5th, 2010. Okay, now let's see what other news I can gather, dear cricket fans. I'm trying to see what I can come up with really. Well, there is another news that I have here, and that is it says that Harris is going to become the Zimbabwe under 19 coach. So that is some news which is coming in. And Zimbabwe, it seems that they are really on a mission. They want to really strengthen. They have batting coaches, bowling coaches, fielding coaches. So they're really on a mission. And Chris Harris, one would remember, is a former New Zealand all-rounder. And let me tell you, he was a bits and pieces player for New Zealand, but the way he has done it, well, he was a very, very useful player for New Zealand over the years. And also, as you know, there are fast bowlers. Alan Donald and Jason Gillespie are currently taken up coaching assignments as far as Zimbabwe is concerned. So, as I said, Zimbabwe probably are on a real mission. They want to make the team as successful as possible. They want to really, really go the distance. It's That's absolutely sure about that. The way they have been doing their selection. They have all the top people as far as the cricketing board goes. So that is very refreshing to see. Zimbabwe really, really trying to carve a place for themselves in the international test arena now. So that's great. So let's and also let me see. I can give you one more news. This is news that this is coming in from. This is a match which is being played, even though it is not of much consequence, but still I have some time with me on this broadcast, so I would rather like to share this with my cricket fans, because as I said, cricket is very dear to me, and I can go miles and miles to share whatever I know about cricket. Now this is a match which is happening between Ireland 11 and Zimbabwe 11. This is a first class match which is being played at the Harare Sports Club, and the match is all over. The match has been drawn, but I'm just going to give you the summary of what really happened. Ireland in their first innings made 465 all out. Contributions coming from Porterfield, who made 51. There was a century for Andrew White, who made 102 of 176 balls with 11 fours. Down the order, John Mooney contributed 87 of 165 balls with 10 fours. And the wicket takers, as far as Zimbabwe are concerned, were Shingarai Masikadza, who already had a call up here. 29 overs, 4 maidens, 5 for 107. He's the brother of Hamilton Masakadza. And there were 3 wickets for Mushangwe. Zimbabwe, in their reply, put up a very stern reply. They replied with 590 all out. Oh, that's a great great response. In fact, Stuart Williams, it was Sean Williams who made 178 of 280 balls with 24 fours. Keith Dabengwa making 140 of 291 balls with 11 fours. Contributions coming from Chakabwa 54, Mudziva 67, and 590 they raised up. And there were 4 wickets each for Trent Johnston of Netherlands and Kevin O'Brien of Netherlands. As far as Ireland were concerned, in their second dig, they were 151 for 4. Porterfield was out for 66. Neil O'Brien contributing 41. Wilson not out 35. And that was it. And the match was drawn. So as far as Zimbabwe and Ireland is concerned, this is what the news says. Well, dear cricket fans, I've been going the whole hog. But I think it's time for me to actually wind up with this edition of Cricket Happenings. And if at all any news is there, because there are no cricket matches happening today, there's no Champions League 2020 matches happening today. There are no Test series happening today or a one-day series. There's not much international cricket being played today, so definitely it was a pleasure bringing you the preview of the England team selected for the Ashes Test series in Australia and the other cricket news. That's it, dear cricket fans, for Cricket Happenings. This is Ram signing off. Thank you.